writing the resume is painful enough, right?
Yeah.
And then now you got to add a cover letter to it, and you don't even know what it's for.
Now, today's question is sent by our listener, Josiah. Let me read. Josiah says, I am job hunting now, and I understand that it's important to write my resumes for the job that I'm applying for. But I find it a waste of time to write cover letters. Are cover letters really necessary? And if I must submit one, how do I make my cover letter stand out? Josiah, I feel you. I don't understand why we need cover letters as well. And, aside from writing the job description, why do we even need it? So I'm going to ask Gerald this question. Why do we even need cover letters in the first place?
I think Josiah asked a question that many people have in their minds as well when they're job seeking, right? Like writing the resume is painful enough, right?
Yeah.
And then now you got to add a cover letter to it, and you don't even know what it's for.
Yes.
So I think if today we go back a little bit in history, so where did cover letters start from?
Oh, I love a good history lesson.
In the 50s, right, in the US, they started to ask for cover letters to try to understand a bit more of the context of why this person is trying to apply for a job.
Why this person thinks that they're the right person for the job. Okay.
Correct. So at the back of the cover letter, they have your resume, right? All your qualifications, your experiences. But in the front, it's meant to be that summary, a quick snapshot of what you have, and also why you're applying for this job, right? So this was done in the 50s. And as the name suggests, cover letter is meant to cover the resume. So it's the first thing that you should see. But this was in the 50s.
Yes.
And right now, today, in our modern society where, the number of job applications outnumber the number of jobs, right? It's on average, I think 200 plus, easily 200 plus per job applicant. So you can't imagine a recruiter reading everything, right? So what I've often observed is recruiters will just skip the cover letter.
They go straight to the resume, right? Because you can also put a short bio right on top, and you can craft that bio to explain why you're the right person for this job.
Yeah, the career objective or the career profile section, right? So the recruiter behaviors that I've observed is that they will jump straight into the resume, they will take a look, and then they would come back. They would come back to the cover letter. So instead of reading it first, they read it usually last.
Okay.
The second thing.
Okay.
And of course, if they will spend more time reading the front page, the cover letter, if the contents of the resume fit with what they're looking for.
So don't write a generic cover letter. That's what you're saying. So am I understanding it right that put effort into your resume first so that it will pique the hiring manager's interest? Then, write a good summary for your cover letter.
Yes.
Because then if they're coming to it again, they're considering you, maybe you are shortlisted as the top 5 people that they want to maybe send to the next round, they may then read your cover letter.
Yes, I think the cover letter still has its purpose, all right? I wouldn't suggest to omit it. But like what you mentioned, right, the resume, it should be a strong one, right? And then your cover letter reinforces what is on the resume, right? There are a few other things that you can do with your cover letter as well. The first thing is to add a little bit of personality, a bit of the why.
Okay.
Why are you attracted to the company? What about the product or the service is relevant to what you have done before? So these are some of the things that you may not be able to add into your resume that much, right? So think of your cover letter as a little bit of the forward piece, while your resume is like a training back in your career experiences.
Okay, but I never read the forward part of any book.
So that cover letter, right? It because if let's say I just assume if let's say today you are printing out, the recruiter is printing out some of these documents, right?
Yeah.
And the first thing that they put on top is the cover letter.
Okay.
Right. So then their eyes would glance and they would see some things on the cover letter. You catch their eye, right? So that's why it's important to also have some good formatting on the cover letter page. So putting bullet points, numberings, so that they don't have to read the whole letter.
Okay.
But when their eyes are drawn to something very concise and they see that and they like what they see, and then it will encourage them to turn back, right? The other thing often I remind people is in a very tight race where, many people are hunting for the same job, sometimes the smallest preparation makes the difference, right? The things that you do slightly differently, with a bit more effort, a bit more heart, it might just get picked up and you're just ahead by that. Yeah, so don't give up on the cover letter. That's what I'm saying. Some people I know, some companies I know, they may even take it as incomplete, right? So I think can be a bit kiasu in this situation. You can be a little bit more cautious and just provide, but make the most of it. Don't just provide something that is similar to what you've written. Customize it a bit, add a bit of personality, add a bit of your why you're going to be there. And of course, ending off with a call to action. Right? Put down your phone number there again. Right? Because if it's on the first thing that they see, you're just making their life a bit more convenient.
Make it easier for them.
To contact you.
I mean, that I can get behind, because I think with the resume, we are all kind of just, throwing out sometimes the entire bus, right? The bus and the sink and everything. So with the cover letter, you're saying, it's okay to put bullet points, show a bit of your personality, and also the tone is be nice about it. And then lastly, to have the call to action. Well, so that answers my question too, because I've always wondered, like, how much effort should I put in my cover letter, and how do I actually even stand out among the sea of cover letters? If, like Josiah, you have a work-related question that you think we can help you to answer, do write into us. We are at cnapodcasts@mediacorp.com.sg. We're also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Me Listen, and YouTube, where a video version of this is at.
I'm Gerald.
And I'm Tiffany. Have a super work week ahead.